Welcome, Aquarius, to your monthly Sidereal Astrology forecast for February of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to click the link for more information. All right, Aquarius, so this month, at least this first half, we're still coming off of that expansive energy of last month in terms of seeing what's possible with the future. And this is from that North Node Jupiter conjunction, which will be within that 1-degree orb still for this first half of the month. And it's all shifting into your 7th house of relationships. So I think with Jupiter already in the 7th house for the past 6 months, you guys can continue to see what's possible with relationships or having those ideals. Seeing opportunities through your one-to-one connections. Just an excellent time for you to be cultivating new and existing relationships. Now, that's from Jupiter, but also the fact that your North Node is going in here for the next 2 years. So you guys will have a lot of support for that. I think there's a lot of intentions and a lot of gateways for you to really enjoy those one-to-one connections. Now, on the 5th and 6th, Venus does conjoin up to Pluto, so there is some change happening this month involving your home and family or your health, which could be very good if you're open to that change and willing to get rid of any old energies with that stuff. And also with your philosophy and your outlook on life, since Venus rules your 9th also. Now, this is, of course, all happening in your 11th house of your organizations, your groups, or anything that you're involved with on some sort of collective level. Could also be your dreams and your wishes as well. But in regards to that, it's been changing, right? A lot of your dreams, your wishes, your hopes for the future have been changing a lot over many years with Pluto there. And there's also been a lot of change, I think, with either friends, community things, or organizations. So the key with this is that with Venus here, first of all, I think you can enjoy these matters, whether it's the group-oriented stuff or otherwise. Venus there, maybe meeting people through groups and whatnot. But it's changing, right? So being open to change, seeing where there is old concepts, old belief systems about groups, and I think just being open to clearing out any old energies to make way for the new here can be a good way of working with it. But it does tend to kind of just work its way out naturally. But the more open we are to change, the easier those energies do come through. And this could be, again, new beginnings too, as there continuously is with any type of 11th house matters. Now, on the 8th, we do have a new moon in Capricorn, which is your 12th house. So there are new things shaping up for you in regards to your spirituality. Maybe reflecting, getting that alone time. It's an excellent time this early part of the month to go within, to maybe meditate, get that alone time, whatever it is, and plant new seeds with your spirituality. In other words, to really ask yourself perhaps where you can have more faith, more trust, and go with the flow and the process. Because this happens once a year, and for you, it's the time of year for you to cultivate your spiritual side. Now, Mars, who's actually very well aspected this month, is going to be trining up to Chiron here around the 9th. So you guys could be feeling quite healed, maybe with the career stuff, the public things, or productive things, since Mars rules your 10th. Maybe even feeling quite healed and rejuvenated with the way you communicate, or with your intelligence, your intellectual side, since Mars rules your 3rd also. Now, this is a Mars that's, I think, been this month, and you may have noticed this at the very end of last month, motivating you towards expanding your horizons. Maybe it's to get in touch with philosophy, to share philosophy, to travel, to tap into the more adventurous side of maybe connecting to nature, or whatever it might be for you. So if you're feeling that inspiration, that motivation, that's excellent. I think Mars is very good energy this month, keeping everything nice and grounded around the new moon. I do want to say Mars will be squaring up to that new moon around the 8th, so watching any extremes, but nonetheless, probably feeling quite healed and rejuvenated in regards to these adventurous or philosophical aspects of life. Now, around the middle part of the month, the 13th and 15th, Mars will be sextiling up to that North Node Jupiter conjunction. So there is an opening, a gateway for you to channel that motivation, channel that energy into your relationships. Maybe even with the financial material stuff, since Jupiter does rule your 2nd, which is another area that's expanding for you. And maybe even also with those groups as well, which I think, like I said, are continuously expanding with new beginnings in regards to that. But that motivation is there, and it's just an opening, and I think it's excellent to channel that into those areas. Now, on the 14th, the sun goes into your sign. Happy birthday for those of you watching for your sun sign who have your birthday this month. And so this is all about the awareness of self. You know, it's the return of the chart with the sun. So you should have a good awareness of your energy levels, what motivates you in life, which, you know, is an area where it's been very spiritual for many years with Neptune in the first. You know, not maybe exactly knowing who you are, where you're headed, but the sun here can really help illuminate things and help you see exactly what it is, how your life is unfolding, and what motivates you. So great energy there, good focus too when you're pursuing your goals, good prana. And at that same time, Mercury does go into your 12th. So you guys will probably still have this 12th house activity, spiritual alone time or whatever. And I think through Mercury in the 12th, listening to your dream space, maybe keeping a dream journal is usually good with this. Meditating, really seeing how you can understand the practical aspects of your deep psyche, of your spirituality for the second half can be very grounded, very practical. Now Venus then follows, goes into that 12th on the 17th. So I think for the second half, you can enjoy the meditation, the alone time, the easygoingness, which can be quite good, can be quite easygoing too, I think, in regards to home family, your philosophy, your self-expression, when approaching it in that non-attached sort of way. Now on the 23rd, Jupiter does oppose up to Chiron, so there is some healing taking place, again, involving yourself, your identity perhaps, what you're pursuing, your goals. This is all finishing up. Chiron is leaving that first house, going into your second this early part of the year. But the key with this is that it's all about balancing what you're doing, who you are, what you want, with cooperating, with the relationships, with those in your life. And seeing them is really one and the same thing. You know, what's actually good for you is what is good for your relationships. Not everything that's good for you is good for your relationships, but what is actually good for you is good for your relationships. And what is actually good for your relationships is good for you, right? So it's seeing that balance, that homogeny there with those two areas. And by pursuing the things that are important in your life, I think can be a good source of healing, rejuvenation, as well as a good insight in regards to what you can perhaps take action with and move forward with in regards to relationships. Now on the 23rd, we do have a full moon in that 7th house. So for over the past 6 months, for a lot of you who maybe had some new beginnings with new or existing relationships, or just your overall perspective of relationships has changed since then, this can be a high point, a new culminating point in regards to those one-to-one partnerships. So very nice, but at the very least, you have that awareness and you can channel that awareness into the different areas. Again, balancing that with the things that you might be focused on for yourself. Now on the 28th, the sun does go over Neptune, which is nice, helping you illuminate and see clearly this importance of faith and trust along the life journey of Neptune in that first house. And it's not so much about intellectualizing as much as it's about connecting to it intuitively, connecting to who you are intuitively, which can then give you that spiritual type of awareness about where you're headed, who you are, and these kinds of first house things. All right, Aquarius, so have a great month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.